Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we are back to making bars of soap. I'm done with the unicorns and the donuts for now. I'm sure I'll loop back to them at some point. But we are making a white tea and bergamot scented soap. This is the fragrance oil I'll be using from Windy Point Soap Making Supplies. And it smells fruity, it smells like tea, it smells citrusy, there's a little musk, it smells really, really nice. And instead of water in my lye water solution, I will be using white tea. So today I'm going to color the bar of soap white, and I have a vision in my mind of swirling it together with some nice green mica to represent the bergamot because it's actually green, and I'm going to be throwing a little gold mica in there just to make it fancy because it seems like the right thing to do. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out my lye to my hydrogen peroxide, sodium hydroxide, to make my lye water solution with, melt my oils and my butters, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So now that my butters and my hard oils are melted, I am going to add in my liquid oils. The batter is quite dark because of the white tea, so we'll see how the white coloring goes. We'll see what happens. We'll just stir these, mix it to emulsion. The fragrance oil I'm going to add to each section as I portion it off. I'm not sure if it will accelerate the trace. I don't think it will. It's not meant to, but I haven't used this one before, so we'll just see what happens. Okay, so this one, I've taken a third of the batter out, and this is what I'm going to make white. 2/3 of my batter is left here, and I'm going to make it the green so that there's the same color green. Okay, so we'll just move that off to the side. I've got my fragrance oil nearby, and I'm going to make this a nice jade green. So we'll just mix this in by hand and see what the color is like. I want this to stay quite fluid, so I don't want to over blend it with my stick blender. So we'll just hand stir it in. I might need to add some more. I will definitely need to add some more. It does look a nice green tea though color, doesn't it? Let's go for it. This is the dark color of the tea showing through. I don't think I'm gonna get it much brighter. I think I'll add some titanium dioxide just to lighten it up a little bit. gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of titanium dioxide. This is an oil soluble titanium dioxide, so when I get my stick blender in there, it's gonna blend up really nicely. I don't think I'm gonna get this much brighter, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my fragrance oil and then blend this up just to mix it all through. So here's my mold. I'm going to pour about half of this mixture into the mold, and I'm going to want that to set up, but keep part of this, the remaining batter, fluid for the swirl. Here we go. Let's see what happens. I want this to be nice and flat on the top of this soap, this green section. So I'm gonna tap out the air bubbles and just let it sit and get nice and flat and firm to bear the weight of the oils on top. So while this is setting up, I'm going to sprinkle the gold mica line across the top. I'm still stirring just occasionally stirring this other batter just to keep it fluid. I don't want it to get too thick because I want to be able to swirl them together. So I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle the mica line on top of the soap, and I'm going to use my strainer here, which I've rinsed the lye water solution off. And I'm going to use this one. This is a really shiny mica. I don't know if you can see how glittery it is, but I don't want it to turn orange in the soap, so I'm just going to use a faint little line across the soap. Okay, so this is starting to set up. It's taking a little bit longer. I think maybe the fragrance oil is slowing the trace a little bit. So I'm gonna set this aside, mix up the white, put the fragrance oil in this one, and then by the time I've done that, I'm hoping that I can just really gently pour the swirl on top of this. So let's go ahead and move that to the side. You can see how shimmery that mica is in the light there. It's gonna look good. Okay, so let's get started on the white. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour the green into the white and then use a spatula to break the fall. And then I've got my hanger swirl tool that I'm gonna do really gently try and swirl the colors a little bit more once they're in the mold without going down below that line. Pour this in really gently.
Oh, fuck.
So while I was just pouring the excess into the molds, I thought it might be nice instead of just to add a little bit more detail to the top of the soap. So I've mixed up some of the gold mica that I use with a tiny little bit of sunflower oil. I'm just gonna drizzle that on top. I was going to try and make a textured top, but it's still quite fluid. So I'm just gonna do a little design on the top with my skewer instead. I'm just gonna do my best to drizzle this on really gently. I don't have a pipette or anything. There we go. Just swirl that in just in the top layer. I'm not gonna break through. And we'll do a figure 8. There we go. That looks really nice. So I'm just gonna let that sit for overnight and 18 to 24 hours, and we'll check out on tomorrow and I'll show you the cut. It is 24 hours later and this is my first peek at it. I think it looks great. So I'm just gonna unmold it and slice it up into bars. These are the extras. Look at that mica shimmering. Looks so good. So let's go ahead and cut this up. It looks good so far. I have to say, this looks really great so far. I'm really excited to see what's in the middle. So I'm gonna pull out my multi-bar slicer and let's see what we can find inside. Okay, we'll line it up. Okay, moment of truth. Let's take one out of the middle and see. I love it. It looks so great. It looks so great. Look at that gold mica line in the middle. Nice and shiny. I love it. I love it.